Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm Moxie Infernape, and this is my battle for Week 5 of Season 6 of the National Pokeball League Majors. This week I'm going up against my friend Zazo, aka Anthony, and his Detroit Butterfrees. So this is going to be a very tough game. Zazo is 4-0. He's the only team that has not lost yet, so that is scary. I'm 1-2 because Week 1 versus Shoddy I've not done yet because if you know, I took over the team for Gator. After he beat Carney in Week 2, so I took over a 1-0 record. So then I lost the next 2 games, but I'm 1-2 now, and hopefully I can pick up a win versus Zazo, but it's going to be tough. But yeah, last week it was a very close game versus Danza. Very close. It was a 1-0. This game I honestly should have won. I choked at the end, and I did not play correctly with my Persian, and I ended up losing because I brought in Persian at the wrong time. But last week happened, we gotta move on. We gotta build a solid team again, put me in a, I gotta get myself in a spot to win like I did last week, but just not fuck it up this time. But if I can build a good team again and then play well, I can hopefully win. But Zazo is one of the best league players out there in general, so this is gonna be a tough one. But I will just read off his roster, which is kind of insane. But he's Kieran Black, Mew, Volcanion, Thunderous Eye, Kofag, Greninja, Snorlax, Red Steel, Stunfisk, Mega Heracross, Gardevoir, and Kabutops. So, very scary team. I have all the hazards, all the hazard options that both teams get on the sides and the speed tiers here. Just a little, not chart. So this is sort of a chart. It's just a little thing I do every week for the NPL just to help me build, because the only the way to look at both teams on to look at both teams, you have to look at the big roster, which shows everyone's roster, so that's kind of annoying. So I make a separate, I made a separate doc, then I have all my weeks that I've done so far. So yeah, that was just me scrolling through them there. But yeah, his team is very scary. Mons to note that are very scary are Kieran Black, Mew, Mega Heracross is very threatening. I don't have a switch into that, not really at all. It goes everything on my team. Hippowdon's my best almost switching, but I think I get to by Pinissel. But either way, he can just carry Bold Seed, and that's bad. Salamence could kind of be switching Mega Heracross, but Rock Blast is a thing, and that has to 2KO me even after -1 if I'm physically offensive. I didn't run the calc, but I don't think there's any way it does not 2KO me. So that's bad, and yeah, I really don't have a good switch in Mega Heracross. My best switch in would probably be Ditto, honestly. But I don't think I brought Ditto this week, so okay, so pretty much the plan with this team was I can switch into some of his stuff, like Greninja, sort of. Volcanion I can switch into. I'm gonna bring Slowking there, you'll see in a second. To his Mons that I think I can switch into, I'm gonna bring some bulky Mons and some kind of walls that I think can switch into them. But for his Mons that are really offensive and I don't think I have proper switch into, well, I sort of do for some, but like Mega Heracross and Kieran Black are the main two. I can sort of switch into Kieran Black, but not great. But I do have, on my offensive Mons, I have coverage to check those Mons that I think I don't have good switch-ins to, so that I'm not totally forced out every time. And even if I don't kill, I might just want to get off that chip damage to help me beat that Pokemon later. But yeah, I'll just get into the team now. So first slot we have Choice Scarf, Salamence, Dragon Claw, Outrage, Earthquake, and Aerialise. Enough speed to outspeed his next fastest Mon, then be what is it? His Kieran Black there, so yeah, I have enough speed to outspeed that because it could be Scarf, and then it's really all the coverage I need. I could have carried Default, but I felt like I needed all these moves. This hits Mega Heracross. Earthquake's nice for Red Steel and Stunfisk if I need him. Then Dragon Claw and Outrage is nice. His only fairy is the Gardevoir, which I don't really expect to come, and if it does, I think I can check it and handle it. Then he only has one Steel type being Red Steel, so if I can get rid of both of them or just really weaken the Red Steel, then Salamence can hopefully be in a position to come in and sweep in the late game, and that would be awesome. I have Moxie on this just because I feel like it's beneficial and more helpful for sweeping late game, because I'm probably not going to switch this thing into some Pokemon. I'm probably just going to bring it in after after I have to sack something. I can bring in Mence and then hopefully get a kill and maybe sweep towards the end. And Luffy Salamence can do some work. I'm excited. Hopefully this thing is ready to do some work. I think this is the first week I brought it. I almost brought it both, in both my games versus Toge and Dams. I almost brought it. I was really close, but I just didn't. And now Mence is going to get his time to shine, and hopefully he can do it. Next we have Slowking. Fractured Prunes, another pastry donut kind of shop name. First week, last week it was, wait no, I forget what all the names were, but yes, this is another donut shop name, so changing up there was Slow King. Calm Mind, Slack Off, Psychic, and Signal Beam. I originally had Nasty Bot over Calm Mind, but I felt like it's nice in case if Thunderous or something is there, or maybe like Greninja, something that can hit me on the special side, and then I can Calm Mind, then I can take a hit a little better from that. Like I'll Calm Mind, and then if he wants to bring that in to check me, I can take a hit a little better. Psychic and Signal Beam is really all the coverage that I need for him. I don't really need Surf or just any Water Stab. It's nice for Stunfisk, but outside of that, Psychic and Signal Beam really does all I need to do. I mean, I'd be going for Psychic anyways against Kyurem, then Signal Beam, Psychic, Signal Beam. I can't hit Snorlax too hard, but I don't really have much like coverage to hit him anyways. I can't really hit Registeel. That's a sad thing, but unless he carries Toxic, I can probably set up on him, and that'll be pretty cool. And then I can just hit everything with really those 2 moves, and that's pretty cool. I forget what this exact investment was for. It was possibly so Specs Volcanion doesn't 2KO me with like HP Grass or something. It might have been that. That's all I can think of. It might have been so Kyurem Black doesn't like 2KO me with his Fusion Bolt. Yeah, and then I do have this here to help me check Thundurus. Because I don't have a great switch into Thundurus. I do have that there to switch into Thundy, but I'm still kind of worried about Thundurus. Especially after Toad sweep me with his Thundurus T in week 3, so hopefully I can not get swept by Thundy T, but this Slow King should be nice in the, it can be a nice check in the back to a Thundurus, because, I can take a T-Bolt pretty well. It only does like 25% if he's not Life Orb or anything, but that is if I still have my Berry intact, so that's pretty cool. Next time, my Keldeo thing is meant to be my best kind of switching to the, to this man here. I don't really have much coverage, or I don't really have much on my team to deal with him. Water and Dark is good stab and good coverage for my team, so it's going to be tough to switch into that, but hopefully Keldeo can do it pretty well. Secret Sword, Surf, HP Flying, and Toxic. Toxic is nice for Mew on the switch-in. I do have the Water Z move also, which can help me hit Mew pretty hard with a Surf. I thought about carrying, okay, never mind. I was going to say something, but then I blanked out and I realized it was wrong. But as I was saying, yeah, Secret Sword, Surf, HP Flying. HP Flying is there for Mega Heracross. It's not really useful at all if he doesn't bring Mega Heracross, but I feel like it's helpful because I can do a decent jungle surf, but HP Flying, I feel like I need it because I don't get switching Mega Heracross at all. And yeah, with this team, anytime that thing comes in, I'm gonna, if I have to switch out, I have to sack off a mon, so I'm gonna try to not have to switch out versus that thing if I don't have to. So that's the plan there with HP Flying. Enough speed, outspeed Kyurem, I think. Or it might be Mew. Yes, that's for max speed Mew. In case he is. I don't think he will be, but just in case, you know. So it's gonna be, yeah, it'll be tough to keep this thing healthy, but hopefully I can, so I can switch into the Greninja there. That thing's fast and scary, and with the Life Orb, it hits hard. Could carry HP Electric, but let's hope that he doesn't. That's my best plan there in terms of Keldeo switching into it, but let's hope he doesn't. Next, I have my Evi here with a Citrus Berry, kind of interesting. I'll explain in a sec. Low Kick, Wild Charge, EQ, and Taunt. So originally, I was Ass Fest. That was because I did not have Taunt. I had Volt Switch in the last slot, and that was like what I had for most of the time while team building. Then at the end, I decided, you know what? I can lead with this thing and then taunt his like Stunfisk or Registeel or really anything he wants to lead with to set up hazards. I can taunt that and then stop them from setting up hazards, at least on the first turn. And then I thought it would be kind of nice to have Citrus. I thought about lefties, but Citrus is kind of nice in case if he does get out like rocks or spikes or something. If I'll take chip damage from that, then I can get back some health with Citrus. Also, it's if I have to switch into Thundy and he does have HP Ground or something, I will not get 2KO'd. Unless he's Life Orb. Even then, I don't think he 2KOs me. I'm not sure. I'm just going max speed just to speed tie with Kyurem Black there. And Low Kick hits Registeel. I believe Low Kick does more than Earthquake to Registeel. Earthquake hits Stunfisk, a little harder than Ice Punch. I had Ice Punch originally because it also hits Thundurus, but I felt like Earthquake is a little nicer because I feel like I need it for Stunfisk, and I can still do almost as much with Wild Charge to the Thundurus T there. It's Thundurus Eye. Whoops, Thundurus Eye. Yeah, next we have our Rizzy Meow, the best nickname. Meow is in all caps this time because it's like Rizzy Pow, and I felt like it was extra hyped to have it in all caps. This thing is actually a pretty cool mon, really interesting. We have a Life Orb, Alolan Persian Air with Technician, Dark Pulse, HP Fire, Power Gem, and Nasty Plot. So this set's kind of weird, but it's pretty cool. Enough Speed, Outspeed, Thunder, I believe. Yeah, that's what that speed's for. Max Special Attack and just the rest of my HP. Yeah, also with that HP, it is minimizing the percentage of health I'm losing from Life Orb damage, so that's why it ends in a 9 there. I mean, it worked out perfectly anyways, but if I had like 4 EVs left, I would have put them in defense, not in HP, because then I would be at 280, and yeah. But it's not a huge deal. But yeah, Dark Pulse, HP Fire, Power Gem, pretty good coverage for his team. HP Fire is there for like Heracross, Registeel. Originally it was HP Flying for Heracross, but I figured it might not come. I didn't see it in either of the mocks that it did, which were yeah, I didn't see it in either of the mocks that I did, so I don't know if it's gonna come. I think Mega Heracross is pretty good versus my team. I don't know if he'll bring it. We'll have to see how he. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we'll have to see just what he does with Mega Heracross, and if he does bring it, I think he could. I think he kind of should, maybe. So I just don't have a proper switch in for it. But HP Fire still does a good chunk to it, and also it's Registeel, which is pretty nice. So I figured it was a good compromise there to carry HP Fire. And Power Gem hits like Volcanion, Thundurus, Kyurem Black a little harder than Dark Pulse does. And Dark Pulse is actually pretty nice stat, hits Mew pretty hard. I think he does around 40% to especially defensive Mew, then I can Nasty Plot on it. He could carry like Signal Beam or something, maybe Oyster. Probably Signal Beam if anything. I think he'll be like a bulky Mew with like Default Roost, probably Psychic, and then the last move, he could go Signal Beam or something in that last slot. Not really sure what he'll do there, so if he does, I can live it. Does I think like 60% to me, so that'll be a little tough, but I can still set up and take that hit. And this thing's actually a pretty nice check to Mew, which is dope, and it also outspeeds and checks the Thunderous Eye, which is awesome. Then the last slot, I'm not bringing Stealth Rocks this week, which I wanted to. I just couldn't really find a spot on my team with any of my Stealth Rockers, being Aerodactyl, Mega Pinsir, and Hippowdon. I just couldn't really find a spot on my team for any of them. I don't know, I felt like it's best to I don't know, Rocks are nice versus team, but I felt like I don't know, I still wanted to have a team that I felt comfortable with, and I feel like if I tried to force a Rocker onto this team, then I don't know, I wouldn't have felt as comfortable with this team and as good about it. So I brought Klefki here. It helps me kind of switch into Kyurem Black. That thing's still scary. This defense investment allows me to not be 2 KO'd by Fusion Bolt from Kyurem Black. I think that's from Life Orb, Kyurem Black too, I believe. But yeah, Dazzling Gleam, Toxic, Spikes, and Light Screen. Not Toxic Spikes, because you don't get those, but Toxic, and then Spikes, because 2 separate moves. And Light Screen is there. So Air Balloon, so I can switch into Kyurem Black and not have to fear an Earth Power, at least on the switch-in. D-Gleam's just the best stab for his team. Originally I had Flash Cannon, then I realized D-Gleam's better, because it hits Kyurem still for super effective damage, same power. But it hits Thundurus a little harder, it hits Greninja for super effective. You know, it's a little better overall. And then Toxic's there. 2 toxic things like Mew, Volcanion, maybe like Kofag, Stunfisk, stuff like that. Spikes are nice versus team. He really only has Mew. Yeah, he has 2 mons I could get rid of hazards, but Mew's pretty good, but you know, he'll be getting rid of the rocks that he sets up on my side of the field too if he wants to defog. And so I felt like it's nice to carry Spikes to pressure Mew to defog, and just it's nice for things like Volcanion, Kabutops if he brings it. I don't think he will, but it's also nice for like Registeel, Greninja, stuff like that. And then Light Screen's there, so if I'm like about to die to something like Greninja, if I'm facing that, or I don't know, Thundurus, if I'm in a spot where I know he's just going to knock me out with a T-Bolt or Surf or whatever, I can get off my Light Screen first, and then also probably die. Then I can bring in something, and then like Electivire or Keldeo can take a hit a little better because of Light Screen, which can be pretty nice and pretty helpful. Or even like Slowking. But yeah, so this game, it's going to be a little tough because Zazo's, he's a phenomenal player. A very solid team builder, and you know, just a great battler, so it's going to be tough to beat him. But hopefully, main win cons really could be either of these two, Slowking or Salamence. I don't think Slowking's going to sweep, but it can definitely tear a hole through his team, but still pretty bulky and can switch into stuff, which is nice. Persian can hopefully actually be a pretty good wall breaker. I'm hoping Persian can do some work. I'd love to see Persian do well, but I'm hyped for this game. Hopefully you guys are too. Yeah, and we'll see it in just a second. It should be a good one. Alright guys, so I'm back with the battle as you can see here. So This one was not quite as long as last week. Last week was, I think, 90 turns for stanza. This one was, I think, about a quarter of that, so I don't need to rush as much as I might have needed to last week. The team builder was like 15 minutes, so it wasn't ridiculous. It wasn't like too short though. So I don't know. We'll see how long this part takes, but hopefully you guys are hyped for the battle. I know I am, even though I already knew it happened, but it was a good one for sure. So Zazo, he did not bring quite what I was expecting. No Mew, no Kieran Black. He brings Kofag, Volcanion, Stunfisk, Ninja, Thundurus, and Kabutops. So no Kieran Black and no Mew. I was shocked to see those. I was also shocked to see. Yeah, I mean, Kofag I kind of expected. I was not expecting that. I thought maybe it could be, like, Scarfed, or maybe he could have Rain with Thundurus or something. I don't know. It was really interesting to see why he brought that, but, yeah, so my plan originally was to lead Evire. I could taunt, like, a Stunfisk lead, maybe, like, Red Steel lead, stop them from getting at rocks. But I saw he did not bring Kieran Black. He also did not bring Mew, so I figured Klefki can get up spikes, and also, it's not as important for that thing to, keep it, yeah, it's also, yeah, it's not that important for that thing to, like, float, like, I don't need it for Kieran Black, so I don't need it to be too healthy for that thing, so, because he didn't bring Kieran Black, so I don't need to switch into that, so, I actually decided to lead with Klefki, even though my plan was going to lead with, yeah, even though my plan was going to lead with him, with Evire. So, he leads Kofag here, so, also with Stunfisk, the thing is, like, if he led with that, I could take a hit from that, because all he can really do is, like, discharge on it, or Thunderbolt, or whatever, because he cannot go for an Earth Power, because I have my Air Balloon right now. So that's why that's another reason why I led with this thing, but he needs Kofag, so I'm like, okay. So I think I just Toxic first turn, so I want to just whittle this thing down, get it on a timer, and it'll just help out. It'll be cool. So he does go for a Toxic Spikes there, yeah, the move's, yeah, Toxic Spikes, not Spike, whatever. So I decided to set up my spikes there because I'm like, you know, why not? I don't have a reason not to, so he sets up his second layer of T-Spikes, so I'm like, that's a little scary. It's not terrible, but it's not good. It's definitely gonna hinder Slowking, and potentially, like, sweeping or just putting in work, because Slowking will be, on a timer with the, Toxic Poison, so that's a little unfortunate, but hopefully I can manage with it. So here, I think I double Toxic, and, yeah, he brings in Stunfisk. So actually, the first 5 turns, we actually, this is our second battle. In the first one, there was I think in like 2 turns, there was a bit of hacks. That was kind of unfortunate for me. So Zazo asked if we wanted to start over, and I was like, sure, I guess, and then everyone was fine with it. So we did start over after a turn of hacks, which you'll see in like 2 turns. Originally, I did hit that Toxic, so what we're going to do now is I Toxic here, as he's going to go for his Stealth Rocks twice. Because originally he went for Stealth Rocks as I switched into Keldeo because I hit that Toxic. So he's just going to go for Stealth Rocks twice as I bring in Keldeo. So here, yeah, he Stealth Rocks. So this is a tough play. I wanted to Surf. It does not kill. I could have gone for my, like the full power Surf with the Z move. I could have gone for it. I thought about it, but I don't want to waste it if he switches into Volcanion. Maybe I should have gone for it, because he actually does stay in. I make the very safe play and just go for Secret Sword. I wanted to click Toxic, in case the Volcanion does come in, but I did go for the very safe Secret Sword. Now in the original battle he did get the crit, and that actually, I don't think that knocked me out, but that put me in range where Poison knocked me out, so that was pretty unfortunate for me, so that's why Zazo wanted to just start over, so I was like, sure. But yeah, so now, it was still the same spot where I could Surf, but he could switch into Volk, so, I don't know. I could have Surfed and knocked that thing out. I would have died to Poison, and it would have been 5-5 there. It would have been okay. Maybe I should just knock this thing out, but I decided to go into Evire because that's a pretty safe switch in, as he will most likely just either stay in, click T-Bolt, or switch into Volcanion. Either way, this is pretty good for Evire. So I bring in this thing. It gets Poison, takes Rocks. He goes for Hidden Power. Probably Ice for my Salamence, I'm guessing. So that makes sense, I guess. So yeah, here I just go for Earthquake and knock him out. Now that Poison puts me just out of range of my Citrus Berry, which is kind of unfortunate because I would have been like 23% higher if I only took like 2% more from like the Hidden Power or from the Poison, then I would be a lot higher. I don't think I would have lived this Z move. Maybe I would have. I don't know. I'll run like Calc. I didn't even run that. It didn't matter because either way I died. You know, it is what it is. But yeah, he goes for the Poison Z move there and does knock me out. So that's a little unfortunate. I think I decided to bring in Klefki here because I can set up more spikes, and I think I decided to Toxic this thing right here. I kind of thought he'd go into Kofag, but I figured it's worth it and like to maybe get a Toxic against the Thunderous, and Thunderous is a threat, as we saw from Thunder T in Week 3, so I don't want to try to mess around with a threat. So I just set up the light screen there as I just chew that Shadow Ball. He does break my balloon, but that doesn't really matter much, so it's alright. Here I think I just start stacking out the spikes. Now here, I probably should have just gone for my 3rd layer of spikes, but I decided, you know what, just a chance to bring in Persian, and I still want to be able to use the light screen, which, I mean, I am when I have Klefki in and I'm eating those Shadow Balls, but I don't know, I figured I can bring in Persian and pressure his team with the Dark Pulse here, so Life Orb Dark Pulse from Persian knocks him out, so that's pretty cool, pretty funny. Here with the light screen, I can actually live a Surf, yeah, I can actually live a Surf from that guy there, if he's Life Orb, so that's actually pretty cool. Or I think it was most likely that I'd live a Surf if he's timid. I think he was actually modest. But yeah, the roll was heavily in my favor to live a timid Life Orb Surf, so that was cool. But he brings in this thing. So I thought, I think a Life Orb Aqua Jet almost kills me, or it's a roll, and I didn't want to risk it. I wasn't sure what his set was. He could have been Bandit or something. He could have been Scarf too, in which case he just outspeeds and kills me. So I go into Slowking there thinking he might Aqua Jet. Turns out he just goes for Stone Edge, and I'm like, ow, that does a lot. Did more than I thought or wanted, or yeah, it really just it did more than I thought or wanted it would. Did more than I thought it would do, more than I wanted it to do. That's how you English. So here I'm like, shucks, let me switch this thing out, get some 30% from regen. Then I think I'd sack off Keldeo here, because that's probably my best play. And if this thing does have the Aqua Jet, then he can just knock me out after Rock, so there's no point in keeping Keldeo alive. Yeah, especially because Keldeo's outsped by 2 of his 3 Mons left, so I do bring in Slowking, and I make a pretty pro play there. I go for the Signal Beam. So yeah, the reason I went for Signal Beam there is I kind of thought this thing might come in, but also because I didn't need a whole lot of damage on that thing. I just needed Signal Beam, because that would put it in range of Dragon Claw knocking out. Yeah, knocking that thing out. So Dragon Claw from Salamence, that is, or actually Dragon Claw might have been a roll, but Outrage definitely knocked out the Kabutops there. So that's why I went for Signal Beam, because that's all the damage I needed on Kabutops. So my plan here was just try to bring in Salamence, try to get it in a position to win. So the Signal Beam on this thing still helped, because then it's really weakened and dies to really any hit. Salamence still knocks this thing out either way, so it didn't really matter a whole lot, but it is what it is. So here, the Dark Pulse is the obvious play. I go into Klefki because I figure I can make him take more Life Orb damage, and then I can maybe get a priority Toxic or a priority Light Screen. He ends up just surfing on the switch in, so I'm like, oh shucks, he made a good play there. Turns out he actually did not have Dark Pulse. I did not know that. He told me after the match he didn't have Dark Pulse, so that was interesting. I guess I could have stayed in Slowking, eaten the Surf, and then Signal Beamed, but it was still important to keep Slowking at a pretty high health, so I have to bring in Salamence here. I do click Outrage because it'll 2KO anything on his team. My +1 Outrage will not OHKO the Volcanion, which is unfortunate. But unless he carries HP Ice, which he might, I don't know if he will. He might. But unless he carries HP Ice, then I can live A from Volcanion. Even then, I might live HP Ice. Probably not, because I'm at 75% though. But yeah, I just go for Outrage, kill this thing, get the +1, and then I can kill either of his other 2 Mons with Outrage, but I can 2KO with Volcanion. So he brings in this thing. For a second I thought, is this sashed or something? Then I realized, wait, no, he has a Poison Z move, so he's not sashed. He goes for Thunder Wave, and I'm like, oh, that makes sense why he did that. I just Outrage, knock him out. Thankfully I did not get parried there. But yeah, so he brings in, yeah, he's going to bring this thing in. So the obvious play is he clicks Stone Edge. I'm just going to sack off Meds. He actually misses, but I get parried, so it's okay. That was kind of funny. He said that he shit his pants there. I can't blame him. That was probably very, very tough for him, because he's like, oh shit, I missed the Stone Edge. And that would have definitely cost him the game if he missed that Stone Edge. Or if he did, and then I was able to attack and knock him out. It was a very low chance of me not getting hit by the Stone Edge and actually getting off the Outrage, so I would have felt pretty bad, and pretty like lucky and bad if if I was able to get off the Outrage and knock out the Kabutops. But I did not, so it's all good. So I bring in Slowking. I can live a Stone Edge from this rate, or from this health. Psychic does not knock him out, and I cannot live 2 Stone Edges, so that's scary. It's not looking great for me, but it actually switches out, so that's cool. I do just Psychic, get off damage. I needed to hope that he missed one of his 2 Stone Edges, which is not ridiculous though, because he has hit I mean, I guess he missed that one Stone Edge, but like it didn't really matter or change anything. So I don't know. He's hit 2 of his 3 Stone Edges, so kind of two of his 2 Stone Edges though, because that one miss didn't matter at all. So yeah, I just go for Slack Off here, trying to stay healthy. He goes for Hidden Power Electric, which is kind of funny. Breaks my berry. Doesn't really matter a whole lot, but that's kind of funny. So I just like it. Get off more chip damage. So here, I think I switch out here. I thought I could maybe live a Hidden Power plus Poison. I didn't think I would be able to. It might have been a roll. I needed him to get like a min roll. I wasn't sure of his set though. I wasn't sure how much special attack he had, but I do end up dying to the Poison after the HP Electric, so it doesn't matter a whole lot. But I can bring in Slowking. I'm at a little higher of health, so the plan is I need to try to keep this thing as healthy as possible, but the Poison's gonna whittle me down, so it's gonna be a little difficult. But hopefully Slowking can stay somewhat healthy and maybe beat his final 2 mons, so I'm just hoping Slowking can pull it through. So here he goes for Embarrass Electric. I think I slack off to get as high as health as possible. So then I take the 6% for Poison. So I thought about slacking off again this turn. I did not slack off. I ended up going for Psychic and knocking him out. I thought about slacking off, and for a second after this turn, I thought that might have not been the right play. I thought I should have slacked off. Turns out it was the better play to do what I did and just knock him out with Psychic, because if I slacked off, so I would have been a full after the slack off, but I would have taken 12% from the Poison. So I would be at 88, which would be higher than the 84 that I was at before. But then the following turn I'd take 6% more from the Poison, so then I'd be at overall 2% lower this turn, so I'll be at 46 instead of 48. So he brings in this thing. So, a Jolly Stone Edge from Scarf, which I think he is Scarfed at this point. I'm not certain, but it doesn't really matter. So if he's Jolly, I can definitely live Stone Edge. If he's Adamant, which I asked him right then and there in the chat, and he said he is Adamant, then it was, I think, 43 to 51% was a damage roll, so if he gets a middle roll, I live. So that's cool. He also has a chance of missing. That's also in play. Psychic to him does, I want to say it was like 48 or 49 to like 57 or something. That's if he has no HP. He had a bit of HP, so it was around a 50% chance to kill him with Psychic. So I need to get 2 rolls here. Neither of which are like crazy for me, because this one, to live a Stone Edge is in my favor, and to kill him with Psychic is about a 50-50, so I'm hoping Slowking, please pull through. Live the Stone Edge, knock him out with Psychic. You can do it. I don't have Grass Knot or anything, I have Psychic, so that's my hardest move to get this thing. There's no other play. Slack Off doesn't make sense. If I wasn't poisoned, Slack Off would be my play, but I am poisoned, so I can't do that. So my play, just click Psychic, hopefully I can knock him out. So please, Slowking, pull through. So he goes for Stone Edge, knocks me out. And shucks. We lost in the 1-0, so really, really close game. That was incredibly close. GG Zazo. He will not pick up his first loss to me, which is unfortunate for me. He's 5-0 now, so props to Zazo. I'm 1-3, -3 differential, which is pretty good for a 1-3 record, but 1-3 is not good. But wow, that was close. We played against one of the best players in the entire league, and in general, that's one of the best league players in general. I said in general too many times there. But, you know, we made it close. It came down to, you know, some damage rolls that I needed 2 damage rolls there to win the game. So, I don't know if it would have, I think it would have sucked more if I lived with Stone Edge, but did not knock him out with Psychic. I feel like that would have sucked more, because I would have been like, yes, I live! No, I didn't kill, but it doesn't matter, because I died Stone Edge anyways. But GG, Zazo. That was a really good game. I can't really be, you know, I can't be sad about that, about how that game went. You know, it was a good game. I put up a good game for a crowd. I think there were some people watching, so that was cool. But you know, it is what it is. So hopefully next week we can pick up a win. We're playing Merc next week, and his like San Francisco Reggie Giants. So that's gonna be a tough one. His team is scary as balls. It's really well drafted and just very balanced, and it's gonna be tough to beat. Hopefully I can beat Merc next week. Probably won't, because his team's good. But if I can stay confident, that'll help. I don't know if I will, but I don't know. It's a little tough. These past few games have been really close, and like I could have, not easily, but like they could have easily gone. I could have not easily won, but like they were very close to me winning both of these last 2 games. They're both 1-0s, both very narrow. So it's a little frustrating, a little tough, but hopefully next week I can make that push, get over that edge, I guess, and beat Merc. That'd be cool. So yeah, not sure. Merc is 2-2 now. I don't know if he's won yet this week or not, but we'll see how that goes. So anyways, I'll see you guys next week with the battle versus Merc. That should be a good one. Merc's a good player. So that'll be tough, but hopefully we can win. As I said about 5 times, I'll just see you guys next week. I'll end the video now. Bye-bye.